I don't think I explained what we were doing in the studio. So basically back there, I'm getting a voicemail. Hold please.
This week, the wax gets turned on and we start framing.
Hi there, I'm Stacy, the encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. Good morning, all. Coming at you this morning from a little bit different setting. I'm coming at you from the pole barn. And as you saw in the last video, the concrete got poured in here and we can begin starting to frame out the walls. So today I need to get the trim off of the windows in here and take off the shutters that are on them. And so that's the plan for today. I thought I would take you guys along because you said you wouldn't mind seeing some of the pole barn building. And don't worry, I am planning on hopefully finishing up the studio also in this video. So stay tuned for that. The other reason that I am in the pole barn today is it's the middle of the week. And I haven't picked you guys up in the middle of the week for a while, so I thought I would. But because it's the middle of the week, Matt is up in the office, of course, working. And the next step for the studio is to cut down some large pieces of plywood, which I cannot do by myself, for the work table. So I need his assistance in doing so. So instead, I'm gonna take down the framing for the windows because hopefully this job I can do by myself. All right, one down, 3 more to go. Battery died. Good thing we've got another drill. Now, back to these windows. Just wanted to pop on here real quick because I'm just experiencing a moment of extreme gratitude, and I just wanted to again say thank you to all of you for your wonderful comments. I took a short lunch break and was reading the last comments on the last video and responding to some, and they are incredibly sweet and so kind and thoughtful, so I really do appreciate it. And I don't know, it's my birthday today, and so most of you may be thinking like, why are you doing this on your birthday? But it's like so gratifying to make something new and accomplish a task by yourself, kind of a little bit of independence thing. And I don't know, I'm not one to sit around, so why not get to work? And also this land is just gorgeous. It's hot here, it's about 90 today, and so it's a little hot and humid out, but it's just so pretty, and I'm just, I don't know, feeling incredibly grateful that we get to be here, and incredibly grateful for all of you for following along on this journey. And also incredibly grateful that the lumber got here. We will begin framing which gets us one step closer to having an indoor bathroom and a washer and dryer. So gratitude just coming out my ears today. So again, thank you so much. Back to this. Alright, I got pretty far with the windows today, as you can see behind me. Almost done. I have about 1.5 more pieces of trim to take off. I'll flip the camera on and show you here, but basically I had to get a pry bar to pry off some of the trim because the nails go all the way through to the outside and I didn't want to bend the metal on the outside of the building. So it got a little trickier as the day went on. But so far so good. I'm going to continue on with that project probably tomorrow. But tonight, Matt has now gotten out of work and we are switching gears to the studio. So come on and let's go do that.
Why we don't glue things.
Reusing my old top from the old Ohio studio, and we now need to pry part of it apart. Good times. Alright, so I don't think I explained what we were doing here in the studio, but basically back there I'm putting in another work table, work surface, the L space. So I'm cutting down the old tabletop that I had in the Ohio studio and we're repurposing it to this studio here in West Virginia. So let's get moving. Or let's get building rather. Building.
We've already moved.
We're not moving again. Let's get building.
First new blast. Sad to see the old one go, but here we go. Oh, I ruined it. Note to YouTube. Use clamps, it makes it easier. Well, that's disappointing.
Good grief.
Take two.
That seems better.
Not bad.
Good morning. Back in the pole barn today. It's going to be a wonderfully hot day again, I believe. Maybe even get a little bit of rain and cool things off. The birds are chirping and we are back in the pole barn getting ready to finish some framing. Yesterday we did a lot of deconstruction, demolishing stuff, and really thought through the framing process, got our lumber cuts figured out. And behind me, you can see kind of our first trial run, if you will, at the framing. So let's get going with the day and we'll see how far we get. Oh, and by the way, we are reframing these windows. You'll see because we've ordered new windows. So that's exciting. And we're gonna add a couple windows over here, hence the big hole in the framing there. So anyways, let's get started with the day. Also, Merry Christmas in July. New window going here. New window going here. Bigger window going here. Ta-da! All right, we have 3 walls done. 3 more to go in the window area, but we are calling it for the night. It is, I believe, time for showers and probably a couple cold ones. So I will pick you guys back up, I think probably tomorrow in the studio. I'm hoping to finish the counter in there, so stay tuned for you. It'll just be a few moments, but we'll see you in the morning. Well, I have some good news and bad news. Good news, we're in the studio. Bad news is it is late into the day and we're in the studio. Actually, it's this evening and we're in the studio. I was planning on picking you up in the morning first thing, and myself just getting started in here since it's a work week day for Matt. However, I did something to my hand. I think it's basically from overwork, from push mowing too much, from using the drill too much, all that stuff, and it's quite swollen and a little bit difficult to bend my fingers. So I decided to not push it today and instead have called in for recruits this evening. But the goal is to get this top put on so that then I can finish it up hopefully later this week. small studio problems.
I think it's Stacy on the internet problems.
Well,
Easy peasy.
where was that on video?
Easy peasy. All right, there we have it. Well, not completely have it. This all has to get sealed still, but in order to do that, I have to find my griddle. Yes, you heard me. Hopefully I can find the griddle easily enough and I can get this sealed and show you guys the final result. Good afternoon. I don't know if you can see those boxes back there, but I ran to storage and got some of my studio stuff out. So the first few boxes into the studio, it's quite exciting. And I'm not sure who is more excited to see me moving into this space, myself or this lovely little gal who was just sitting away chirping excitedly for me. And while the studio is still very much a disheveled mess, as you can see from everything going on in this place, you may be wondering why I started just moving in boxes. And the reason is this countertop over here, I need to, if I can spin the camera around, there we go, back over there, I need to put a coat of microcrystalline wax down. So it's cement board is what I've chosen to use this time around. Other encaustic artists use this stuff and they coat it with a microcrystalline wax. So this is my first attempt at doing this, so fingers crossed it comes out well. But basically you have to melt the wax down like you do with encaustic, and then you brush it on and fuse it like with a torch or a heat gun, much like encaustic. So it's not encaustic wax. Kind of just look it up, do your own research on it. I am by no means an expert at this. Like I said, first time doing it. So, but that's why I brought in boxes like the griddles and things like that. So anyways, let's get started on sealing this cement board. Well, I'm not completely convinced on the microcrystalline on the cement board surface. It seems to be rather bumpy-ish, if you will. I mean, it's not like huge bumps. I don't think it's going to affect the paintings or anything like that. It's just not a smooth surface like I thought it might be. It could also be completely me. Like I said, I've never used this before. And the cement board doesn't seem to heat evenly, and I didn't heat it up before putting the microcrystalline wax on, so that could be the other issue. It's kind of hot wax going onto a cold surface, which always produces a little bit more texture, if you will, which could be a good thing, but on a surface I kind of wanted it flat. At any rate, I might work on this a little bit more and report back to you guys. All right, future me coming at you with an update on this microcrystalline wax and cement board. So I don't know if you can see here, but I haven't gone over this area. This area I've gone over. I'm hoping the camera is picking that up. And I've gone over it, scraped it back and forth, and I've also gone over it with this heat iron thing. And heat sealing iron, I believe is what it's called. But it seems to be smoothing it out nicely. And then I'm also scraping back with this scraper. So hopefully you can see the difference here. And I will still report back to you whenever I get to painting on this and let you know what I think about that. But just wanted to pop in. I still have this entire area to do. So it's a slow process, but hopefully it will be worth it. But for now, I think this is where I'm going to end the video. I don't have no idea how much footage I have of anything, so I'm going to take a look at that, but I think this is where I'm going to end it. So hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of the pole barn, renovations, and deconstruction. And the studio is getting so close. I'm really hoping in the next video I can really get it situated and hopefully be painting in maybe about 3 or 4 videos. We'll see, time will tell. It's such a process and I'm trying to enjoy it and not really, you know, just rush through it. So at any rate, thank you so much for coming along. If you did enjoy the video, give it a great big thumbs up. It really does help me out. If you're not subscribed and would consider doing so, that also helps me out. And so if you don't miss a video, hit that bell down there and that will notify you every time I release a new video, which is usually on Tuesdays, but sometimes not lately. At any rate, thanks so much for coming along. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.